this thing on? Good morning. It is Sunday, June the 5th. We are in the studio. Maddie is here. She's the little peeker in the bottom corner of my screen, which is now a tiny little moose. Tiny moose. So cute, tiny moose. I hopefully should be good to go on Facebook and YouTube. Instagram still doesn't want to play along for quality stuff. So we're going to figure that out. I have fun show and tell for today. There's a couple things that came in the mail. I love how I do my like ha 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 ha. Hands. Just hands. Oh, we have people already. Hey Haley, how's it going? Teresa's here already. Hi. I have things I got at the market to show you guys, which is kind of funny. And then I got a box from Kelly, which has a compostable label, which is really cool. I'll have to figure out how the heck you do that. I wonder if it's like the cake ones, because you can print out things on cakes and then eat it. So maybe it's edible. Should I eat it? You never know. She did send chocolate, so maybe that was a deterrent. Eat the chocolate, not the thing. I have some peeks for some of the designs for things that are coming for Briar Fest. I sent a biter update for everybody last night. So we have the last of batch B going out now. I ended up throwing out my back and neck so bad, like kind of like right behind here. So it was both my upper back and my neck, and it went into my arms. It was not good. And it ended up causing migraines, which ended up causing projectile vomiting. Because you guys need to know these things. So I was out for like 3 days almost. So that set things behind, which it was already kind of behind. So that was just my body going, okay, we need a break. Pause button. This is the only way we're going to get her to rest. And I know Carol's going to give me crap because Carol takes care of me. Good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, Jody. Marcia, good morning. Oh, Cindy's here. Hi. Biter got there. Yes. Biters everywhere. Biters. I have, they're literally everywhere. There's some behind me, some underneath me, some in the other room, some in a box, lots of box, and then others in a box in the other room. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, so it's been a week, but we had fun mail, so that makes everything better. And it's raining, which we need desperately because it's been so dry. We have kind of drought conditions in Alberta right now, which is fairly common in a lot of places. Manitoba, however, should share some of their water because they're flooding, which is not fun. So, Jody's saying I should take care of myself. I know. Let's see what I can show you guys. So I went to the market and I found fun things. I got kitty toys for Maddie's kitties because Maddie's kitties are awesome. And there was a lady doing resin coated, and can you guys see the glitter? So this reminded me of like Lisa Frank-esque. And so it's just a ink joy pen that she's covered in, I'm assuming that would be vinyl decals or stamps or painted on leopard spots with lots of glitter and resin, and it's pretty. And you can actually change the ink refills, so it should last forever. It says don't put it in your mouth though, so you know, you can't win all your battles. Looks like it would taste like blue raspberry and cotton candy. I think I'm hungry. Everything's food to me right now. And then I found this guy. So this is a 3D printed octopus, and he's 3D printed in all one piece. So it prints flat on the print deck. So all of its legs splayed, and this one is missing a leg. He's sad. But it prints flat on the print bed, and then when you go to pull it up, all the joints unlock because with 3D printing, you can print things in sections in each individual layer, and it doesn't have to connect anywhere, unlike a normal way of printing things, I guess. So it's pretty cool. It's neat technology. It's kind of leads me into the next thing I'm going to show you guys from Kelly, because it is also 3D printed. But I thought that was super cool. And it is really, really satisfying for some reason to play with its tentacles because they're awesome. And then other ones had the little suckers that were different colors. It's kind of cool. And it is a shimmery kind of color of 3D print filament. So this is a FDM printer. And an FDM printer prints kind of like a hot glue gun. It kind of goes around, heats plastic, and does it like that. Whereas a laser printer or a SLA stereolithographic, yeah, that one, the Form 3s behind me, those guys, they'll print in a like one little bit at a time. A little laser goes by and cures the liquid resin into solid. So this is solid heated to liquid and then cools to solid and makes a thing like a hot glue gun. And then that one behind me takes resin, uses a laser, and then cures it one little bit at a time as it basically draws in liquid to turn it to hard, which is kind of cool because it laser cures. So kind of like your you can get for jewelry making your liquid resin that cures with UV light, basically the same thing as a UV laser, same idea. And then you have DLP printers, which are slightly cheaper because they have it's a screen underneath a pixel, but it does a whole layer at once. So they're also a little bit faster to print. So that would be like your Elegoo Photon and Elegoo Mars and the Photon. I'm getting the brands mixed up. So the Mars printer and the Photon, I think. Prisma. Wow, my brain does not remember which ones those are. I think it's an Elegoo Mars and then something Photon. Those are the ones like Maggie used to use the photons for her micro stuff before and her skulls and things before she moved to the form printers, so the SLA printers. Lasers are nicer because with your DLP, we're getting a lesson on 3D printing. With your DLP printers, you're getting your pixel as a square, so you have those hard edges, whereas a laser, so the SLA printers actually have a round laser imprint, so you won't have those lines. You're not as likely to get crazy mold lines, but because it's liquid and the thing's moving, and there's other things that'll cause lines. But the technology is getting better, which is really, really cool. So on that, what's going on? All I see is what from Teresa replying to Laura. He's cool. I don't know what you're replying to, but that's okay. Nifty Sparkly saying. So this is, I've already opened this, so this is not how this came. She was wrapped in tissue paper. But this is from Kelly's studio. And it's funny because the sticker is bigger than she is. So I wanted to get one of the original ones, but this one I kind of like a little bit more. Isn't she cute? The sticker's really, really neat, and it's on prismatic, crazy sticker paper. Hopefully that looks as good online as it looks in my... And look! I like Squeed. It's pastel rainbow funfetti. Well, no, funfetti's an actual branded thing. But little crimp paper for packaging. So good. She's so good about being responsible environmentally with packaging, which is really hard to do when we're doing plastic ponies. So this is the little thistledew lady with her tiny little flowers. And you can see just how tiny she is. And my camera's trying really hard, but she's really small. And so all those flowers actually have undercuts and crazy things you would not be able to do in normal resin. Pretty much at all. So that's the joy of 3D printing. And Kelly's being really awesome about trying to maximize what she can do with the technology. So the original Thistledew had chains around her, and this one has flowers with her cute little lion tail. Much, much adorable. So this is the Bantam scale, so slightly bigger than micro, but not as big as the stablemate. The stablemate was a little bit bigger. But it's crazy how I don't know if you guys can see that, how insane all the undercuts are. You would not be able to get anything like that in normal resin. So that's the cool thing about 3D printing is we're going to be able to get cool things that we normally wouldn't see in normal resin because you can't do it. Like you could customize that and sculpt all the little flowers like that, but you're not going to be able to get an addition like that in normal resin. Also, I should put her away in a safe spot because she's tiny. Eee, so cute. They had really, really cool stick-on. It's actually nail polish. And it comes like the Jamberry things, but the Jamberries are more like stickers. This is actually like nail polish that's been partially cured onto a sheet. You pull it off, put it on your nail, and it's easy, but these are all sparkly. Sparkles. So I got samples at the market last week. And I love the rainbow. I got all sorts of different colors of rainbow and sparkly because rainbow and sparkly. I had to. So that's Kelly's awesome stuff, which is super exciting. It's really, really neat. Oh, I didn't know there's a contest tree, so I'll have to look that up. Now she needs a thistle devil because that'd be fun. That's what my brain read when I was reading the comments. So, oh, it's telling me things. Check out Lily and Fox. I will do that. Cool. I will take a peek. So, and I had lots of jamborees before because they're super cool too, but this is kind of just a neat, different take on it. My brain was like, how do I use this for model horses? Could do like fun things with it. Because it'll automatically cure when it reaches, when air gets to it. So it's partially cured, they seal it, and then you put it on. It's hard enough to be able to put on and mold it and not fall apart, and then it cures solid on your nails so that it lasts. And I've got epoxy on these and washed them off and scraped them off, which is pretty reasonably good. I'll have to find the brand. I can't remember. I didn't bring it down here. I was going to click on a thing, and I don't remember what the thing was. So we're going to move on. We got a box from Mule where I ordered the cool biter certificates and stuff from. So that's how I got all the cool gold on there. So this is from Mule. And when we opened up the box, I forgot to show you guys because Maddie laughed. She's like, did you order this? I'd like to sculpt your face in mashed potato. I'm like, that is very fitting considering I'm a sculptor. Thank you, Mule, for knowing me so well. But it was kind of cool. Oh, I can show you guys the other show and tell that I have. So this guy arrived. Goldfinch. And he's so cute. He's everything I could have hoped and dreamed of. He's been so hard to get a hold of. I just wanted a silver for my Moody Conga. And I really liked this color when he came out. Tried to get him. Couldn't get him. And then his price skyrocketed because he's amazing. So look at his cute little face. Oh, now he has devil, like, possessed eyes because of the ring light and the gloss. That's amazing. Hey, his eye doesn't actually look like that, but wow. Can you see that in yours, Maddie?
Yep. He's beautiful.
Okay, that's the gloss. That is not how he's painted. So
I need to do that to my Hidalgo.
That would be
He
amazing.
deserves that expression.
He deserves that expression. But he's really, really cute. I love those little snips. That's kind of one of my favorite first markings. But super, super cute. Finally added to my herd. He might go party with the Bays and the Firehearts and Juggernaut up on the shelf. We'll see where he fits. But my Moody Conga is expanding, which is nice. So I had the Treasure Hunt Garula Overo at one point, and he ended up being rehomed. I can't remember for what. Long time ago. But I'm slowly trying to acquire certain pieces because congas are fun. I like congas. So that is my second burb because I have a Kingfisher burb over there, which Maddie hasn't even seen yet. He's up by Romeo, which will now be his name in my books. All right, I wanted to show you guys these because I got these in the mail too. So I didn't get the pan pastels, but I got the palettes. So these are pan pastels. It's you can see the ring light. Hi, ring light. They are a really nice pigment to use if you haven't used pigments before. They last a long time. They're not quite as messy as trying to figure out how to shave the soft sticks, or losing your finger shaving soft sticks, as Maddie suggests. So they have like this one I got. You can get sets where they come in the palettes, but I find the palettes to be really cool because you can stack them. Let's see if I can pull them out. You can screw them in and stack them one on top of each other, but I find they're basically impossible to tell what color is what color unless you put paint, or I think that's gesso I added, and then just a marker so I could tell what color it was, because it looks like this one should be the burnt sienna, but it's not, because the color reflects in there and then comes out on the side. It's so, it frazzled my brain every single time. So instead of doing that, because I'm an artist and my brain works visually, I put them on the tray. Ta-da! And then for some, if you end up having ones that have broken, you can reconstitute them by putting isopropyl alcohol in it and kind of mushing it around and then letting it sit. So I have one. I have multiple trays because multiple color schemes. Look at the grays. I can make all sorts of gray horses. So this one's all broken, so I'll have to take some isopropyl alcohol, fill it up there, mush everything down, and then it'll reconstitute and not be as smooth as these ones, but it'll at least be flat and not wanting to fall out everywhere. I currently have the lid on inside of the palette to keep all the bits in that one, just in case. So I tried to keep the palettes color coordinated to kind of what I would use. So it keeps them handy. I can kind of grab them from the shelf because they have the lid to them. Animals like the lizard cannot get inside. If this falls, it'll actually be protective to the pan pastels versus them falling on the floor just as they are in their containers. So I have kind of my bay, buckskin, palomino-ish color schemes. And then I have the grays. And then I have metallics, pearls, and some crazy colors. They're pretty cool. And their pearly colors are really, really neat. They have... Don't drop the color. You can kind of... It's going to want to freak out because it's purple. I had to pick the purple one. Cameras don't like purple for whatever reason. I'm sure there's a scientific reason for it. You can kind of sort of see the shimmer there. It's better in person. That's a little better. There we go. There we go. So it's got that nice mica pearly sheen to it. They're super fun. They go on a little bit more transparent. But if you're getting started in pastels versus like if you get a sample set from say Jerry of the earth pigments, they're super awesome. It gives you kind of a whole bunch of different colors to play with. These are really nice too because they come in like I would prefer to use the blacks and the whites and the grays in the pans than most other colors because they seem to have a better texture to them. And it's super handy. They're usually about $10 for us Canadian, so I'd imagine they'd be in around $7 or $8 American each-ish for each one of these, and they last forever. I've only ever had to replace one or two kind of in my lifetime, and that's usually because I dropped it and I lost bits all over the floor. But we're not going to talk about that.
I was using up my first black, and that was 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, so Maddie's been
Black
using, and she uses black a lot. She's been painting a lot more than me.
Platforms and comments.
Yes.
Ready to go. Lucas wants to see Biter as a Grula Overo.
Ooh, yes.
And then
I agree.
Where you got the trays and the pen pastels.
So the trays, I actually got the trays and went to my local art store. Most of your normal art stores, this is actually the pan pastel branded tray. You might be able to get a no-name brand, but I think these are the only ones that exist right now because they're the only brand. So kind of makes sense that there's no knockoffs yet. I think these trays were about 10-ish, 12-ish dollars each Canadian. So that would again be 10-ish US. You can get bigger trays, you can get smaller trays depending on what you want. If you get the full set of, I think, 80 pan pastels, they come on trays pre-existing, and my brain almost wants it because it's so organized and colorful, and I have a art supply problem. But most of your art supply places will have them. Our Michael's here doesn't. We don't have a Joann's or places like that, so I wouldn't be able to tell you if they have it. But most of your high quality art supply places should have the pan pastels. If not, you can find them online. Dick Blick's has them. Amazon has them. You can actually get reasonable deals on that and the trays through there. I think the trays were actually cheaper through Amazon, even though I tried to support my local art place. I try and do that as often as I can. But they just were out of stock, and because of shortages, they weren't sure when they were going to be able to get more. So we had to order them on Amazon. But I did order this one as a partial set. It came with, I think it was 6 or 7 of the grays in it. And then I added to it because I already had a stack. I have more stacked behind me that are primary colors and stuff because I have stuff. But they're super handy. It keeps kind of things, everything organized, and I like having it color coded, and you can move them around whatever way you want. So if you wanted to put all the colors you use the most kind of in the same area, or make a palette for a specific set of models or color of model you're doing. You could always put them all on the same palette, reorganize it, and then move it back. So if I was doing like a rose gray, I would probably be combining these two in some way, and I can make my own palette by combining them. So yeah. What's on my pigtail? The question of the day. I was wondering when somebody would notice. Look at it. So I was posting about Unico the other day, and we found this at Walmart a while ago, and I haven't shown it off yet because it's adorable. Look at its face. It just makes me happy looking at it. It is so cute, and it is a rainbow scrunchie pegacorn with little. It even has little Pete's. Look at its Pete's.
Important Pete.
Important Pete. It does have a little pull tab, so you're supposed to be able to squish it down, put its feet in a certain place, and make it look like a stuffy kind of. It does not work as well as they say it does, but it has a secret pocket. You could put all sorts of secret things in there. I'm not even going to speculate.
More art supplies.
There could be art supplies in there. I could put money in there. Is there money in there? Nope, no money. Candy. Candy's a good spot. That would be, it would probably heat up, be like your Briar Fest stash, or hide money in there for when, I don't know, you never know. There's all sorts of things that could go in there. You could hide micro minis in there if you really wanted to. But look, that's like my soul wants to be that happy. So cute. So
we have suggestions.
uh-oh. What we're putting in there?
What we're putting in there.
Is it illegal drugs?
Maybe.
Pony crack. Pony crack needs to go on the thing.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm trying to keep up with comments as we go too. But it's so cute. I don't remember what brand name this was, but if you look up unicorn scrunchy thing, I'm sure it comes up, because they have, it's kind of sort of a blind bag thing. So you get your scrunchie, you get to pick the scrunchie, and then the scrunchie comes with accessories. And some of the accessories are, this came with a little rainbowy tie-dye bobble tie for your hair, and a little unicorn tiara clip, which I should have grabbed because it's upstairs. So you can be like extra unicorn, which is awesome. But that's your spirit animal. Derpy Doo. Pony crack, same thing. Same thing, Teresa. We're talking about the same thing. That would actually probably keep me going a lot longer than I do, but I imagine that it would become problematic. It would be like, I could take over the world. Cool. So I'm going to show you guys. Oh, do you guys want to see the drawings, or do you guys want to see the pins and keychains? I will find the things. Oh, first you want to see the derpy dinosaur. Also spirit animal. Look at him.
Oh my god, I forgot about it.
So he came in a blind bag that I grabbed because it was dinosaurs. I do not know why he has a unicorn butt, but he has one random spike sticking out the back of his butt. I don't understand. Oh, nope. Now he's a zombie.
He's beautiful.
He's so cute. I need the rest of them. He's like, and I wasn't sure if they looked like the art on the package, but they look like the art on the package. And he came in slime. It was lava slime. And it was the most, it wasn't normal slime. It was extra disgusting, soupy, bad. There's still some on him. It's the orange stuff. He's beautiful, but he's perfect. Look at him. He even has green slime. I don't know why the slime's green on his face, because it was orange. But yeah, he's my unicorn butt. All right, do we have votes? Show us all the things. All the things. Pins. I see pins. Oh, wait, drawings is first. No, pins is first. There we go. Laura Brad's here. Cocaine. It's like hanging out above Laura's coming. Hi, Laura. Okay, so I have one I didn't show you guys, but I'll show you guys the ones I did show you guys. So these are acrylic pins. That means I can print any amount of colors in any detail or size. It can be all that tiny little writing works. You can't do that with enamel pins the same way you can do with acrylic pins. So they are plastic, that acrylic layer with the drawing on the back. They have a soft rubber pin backing. I might laminate on the back of these a little bit. But we'll see how that goes. Because I have a keychain on my keys with the Grumpy Pancake Brethren on it. And it can scratch on the back, but it's also on my keys. So it's been kind of rough and tumble. This actually has a reasonable protective layer on it. So you wouldn't have to worry too much. So I have little Crystal Studio ones because people seem to like my logo. I like my logo. It took me a long time to figure out what to call my studio and to make a logo. Then I have a butterfly. So this guy, come on camera, there we go, is also acrylic. So he's on a little keychain. You could swap him out to whatever kind of keychain you want. He is a little buckskin butterfly. He's a double buck. He should be worth $2. He's a buckskin butterfly. And then he has cute little wings on him because my logo is a butterfly. So I was trying to combine the two ideas a little bit to make it. This is kind of hard to tell I do horses. You see a K and a butterfly, but this makes sense. So I might eventually combine them. We'll see how it goes. Do some sort of butterfly thing. So I also have the same thing, but as a pin, which is super cute. So you'll probably see more of these sorts of designs for Briar Fest. I am pretty obsessed. It's adorable. And so they do come with a plastic film protecting them when they ship, and then you just peel that off, and they're super cool. And they're shiny. Look how shiny that is. So, super fun. And they're not really going to break because they're super thick acrylic. I can't bend that. So, durable, happy, little. He can hang out with him. Good size, too, I think. I might do some a little bit bigger, but it's kind of a fun little size. I might have a pin problem now. All right. So, then we have Guardian, our guardian angel. So I wanted to do that in pin form. This was kind of my sampler set to see what would work for some of our Pony Fest goodies. You can see how fine all that comes out. So it's all transparent behind the wing, which is kind of fun. Or behind the hair, not behind the wing. Well, kind of behind the wing too, but mostly there. So all the little fine details are pretty cool. I can't get that level of print detail on your normal enamel pin. You're kind of limited to kind of like what Briar does. All right, so Briar does hard enamel pins. This has a gold backing to it, so all the edges are gold. You can kind of see they can get pretty fine detail in there with the edging, and then all the rest is hand filled and then it's polished. So all those different areas have to have kind of a barrier around them. Like if you were to do a drawing in Photoshop and fill it with your paint bucket tool or in Paint Shop Pro or any of those things, you'd fill that area and it has to fill all with one color. So versus something like that where it's all printed, I can print shading, whatever colors I want. It's kind of a different process. Of course, these are metal, these are plastic. These are also a little bit more expensive to produce, and they have their little backing with the Briar on it, which is cute. I also have all the Appaloosas. This one is also hard enamel, it looks like. And it has the sparkle in the body color and then all the tiny spots. So you can kind of get, I'm sure there's a person sitting there with a tiny little needle trying to put all the color in those spots going, ah! So you can get pretty reasonable detail. There's still some limitations to it. You can kind of see the detail on the horse is a little bit limited just because of the process. It's not anything that they did or did not do. This is just a printed item underneath acrylic, whereas these are made in metal. You have to make a mold for it. It has all sorts of different details. So that's kind of a, we did 3D printing 101 and Pastels 101 and Pins 101. I should bring out a soft enamel one. But you can get some really cool stuff. You can do all sorts of different kinds of colors of metal, including ionized. No, iodized? I think it's iodized. Where it's rainbow. So basically rainbow metal. We'll use the technical term. Aw, a burb hit the window. Oh, is it Squizzle? Oh, he's going, give me food. Bang. So yeah, you can do all sorts of things like rainbow metal. You'll see a lot of these pins on Etsy and Kickstarter. If you go on Kickstarter, don't do it if you don't want to get sucked into pins. It's ridiculous. Also, I need one of those pin boards that Briar does. They have the fighting stallion and it's all cork, which is super cool. And then you can stick your pins into it when you take the backings off. I need that. Cool. I was doing Briar enamel pins for a bit. Became more choosy when they went from $5 to $10. That only makes sense. Oh, sales tax. Oh, so yeah, that's challenging when sales tax and pricing for everything is really challenging right now. And with things like this, you have to go to suppliers and order in minimum quantities. You're usually ordering hundreds at a time. And they are metal, so they're more expensive. You're paying for a mold to be made, which is expensive, and then somebody to take a little tool and drop things in there. So their price per unit is probably reasonably high. And that's kind of standard pricing for the pin industry in general. There's a whole, so you think the model horse thing's a rabbit hole? You should check out the pin thing. It's ridiculous. Like they've got people that are now go between middle people for artists that want to make pins and people who want to buy pins and their customer base. So they go in between and they find the different manufacturers and deal with all the crazy stuff because usually your manufacturer would be in China. There are some US manufacturers as well as Canadian, some in the UK. I'm assuming there'd be some in Australia too. It's a pretty common process. These guys were made by Sticker Mule in, I don't even know where Sticker Mule is. I think they might be in the US or Sweden. I think you get charged from Sweden. So I don't know. I'm sure that's some sort of, I don't even want to guesstimate at what that kind of looks like in the grand scheme of things. But there's companies all over, there's price points all over. But yeah, you definitely have to get more choosy when you're choosing between buying something for $10 and something for $5 or $7. I think I mentioned last stream that my intent with this Briar Fest is to try and keep prices, give you guys a bit of a range in what I'm going to offer and have lots of price point options. So there'll be things for people to buy if you want to just get a pin. These acrylic ones I might offer as an option anyway, because they'll come at a cheaper price point. So for people who, if I can get these guys made in time, my enamel pins, then I'll have a higher price point for those because their price for me to make them is higher. And then there's actually a failure rate on them. So a whole bunch of them tend to come with issues. So then you have to go through them and remove the ones that have problems. At least that's generally what people do standard as an artist in the industry. And then I'll have the acrylic pins, which are a little bit lower price point. We'll have lots of stickers available. There'll be lots of Pony Fest style fun. So I'll have the cards. I was going to show you guys the backing. I can probably still do that. Here. Oh! Because I put a little bit of power in my iPad. So I will have Ponyfest cards, because I think I brought that up before. And those Ponyfest cards will have shiny options available. They will go out at random, but that's the back of the card so far. So they're kind of Pokemon looking, but with a spin on it, which is kind of fun. I have the Ponyfest logo going on there. I'll have cards, and then we'll have the shiny variations. We will have all sorts of stuff. I started the art for some of them, which is kind of fun. You guys are going to get a kick out of it. I think you're going to particularly get a kick out of the full one because it's pretty ridiculous. I kind of love it. So I've been using Procreate on the iPad with my Apple Pencil for the program I use. It's an awesome program. If you have an iPad, I highly suggest it. Comes with all sorts of different brushes. You can buy all sorts of different brushes. It's really intuitive, really easy to use, and you can make really cute things. So I will show off Maddies first. This is Maddie's Magic Mousse. She opened up her studio pages, so if you're on Facebook and Instagram, and my printer did not print with very good color resolution, and the other ones are worse, so you'll get to see it in a second. But it has a little rainbow heart and a little rainbow paintbrush. It is the cutest thing. And it might be related to Pancake, if you can't tell.
Pancake's distant cousin.
Yeah, Pancake's distant cousin. All glittery too, which is super fun. So Maddie will have some of her stuff coming up for sale soonish.
Next weekend.
Next
hopefully,
weekend,
maybe.
baby.
A little trickle.
Yay! We're starting the things. You guys saw this one. So of course it's not printing very vibrant colors, but you can see it. Super cute. So we'll have these guys pop up in various ways during the Pony Fest event. I have a whole bunch of this one's printed like Barf. Look, it printed like Barf. It's still really happy and really cute though. So there'll be all sorts of fun little things for you guys. And there'll be realistic stuff too, don't worry. This is my first fiery Ponyta-ish inspired bucking thing, which is super cute. Some of these designs are still pretty rough. I'm still playing around.
My favorite.
And then this one. So we had a whole bunch of color suggestions for this one. This is kind of our drafty corn awesomeness. She will be done up probably in a couple of different color options. We'll see how it goes. But super fun. So I'm going to be making all sorts of cool stuff for you guys. And reining in, I think, some of the bigger releases. I mentioned that the last stream. So I had all sorts of crazy plans to have 5 bajillion different, well, not 5 bajillion. I wasn't going to do that to you guys. I'm nice. I had another full sculpt release planned, and it was fairly complicated. It has a fairly complicated base. It has a fairly complicated other additional parts. It probably had magnets and other things that my husband would shoot me for. And the sculpture itself is really complicated. I'm going to wait on that one. And what I'll do is I might peek it at the end of Briar Fest so that you guys can see what's coming, but it'll also give you guys time to save if you want it. So it won't be crazy Briar Fest. I know funds are tight. The economy is really challenging right now. And we're going to have lots of fun with Briar Fest anyways. So we'll keep it to our adorable little biter baby as the main release, and he'll come with a pony card, which might be something that just expands into all of my editions. Might come with cards. We'll see how it goes. If they're easy to finish up and get done, that'd be kind of a cool thing to do. I had a friend, Lynn, suggested a while ago that it would be fun if the releases came with their own trading cards, not necessarily Pokemon type themed, but trading cards in general. I used to collect Magic cards and Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and all sorts of different things. So it's kind of natural to me that it would be kind of fun. And there's a secret little spot in my heart that still has a very deep love of all of that, but particularly Magic cards, because they always had their fun little sayings and gorgeous artwork. I think that would be kind of fun to keep going. But you guys can tell me what you think in the comments if you want. If you had any particular things you thought would be fun. I also want to start including stories. So like a little tiny write-up storybook on, actually that would be really cute. Maybe one day I can work up to like little mini comic books. We had a comic book that, I was trying to draw it. Maddie wrote it, and I never kept up on my side. But I would still like to do something like that because it would be fun. Because comics would be adorable. Even if it's just little sketchy things. Like Windstone's Melody Pina. She's got Vigilant, which is her comic book for her Windstone creatures. So cool. I want to do something like that one day. It would be amazing. Laura's saying maybe I can sell a set. I might give away some things too. So collector cards would be fun because everybody's got certificates, but gotta have fun. Most of us are geeky in some way or another, and it'd be kind of fun to give them different powers and abilities and personalities and list all the little stats on there, which is kind of fun. Cool. I saw I want pins, people say. I will try and have more pins. All right. So my goldfinch came in a really, really cute bag, which was made of donuts, which will allow me to peek you a butt, a very important butt of a very important thing. Da, 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 da. Show me some leg, baby. So this is a tail and a leg from a certain little baby. That's all I'm going to show you for now. He's shy. He's going to go back in the bag. So you guys got a peek. You guys got some other peeks. I need to show you this again because it might actually show up in the camera now. Chrome pen.
The chrome pen is the best
The
thing.
chrome pen is amazing. Ah, Molotov chrome pen. I love how I'm dropping these. People are gonna be like, I need to go buy it now because it's cool. Sorry, but not sorry. So you guys got a baby butt. Nipple butt.
Nibble butt.
I did not read that comment correctly.
Nibble butt.
Nipple butt. Da, 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 da.
That's gonna be the theme of the day.
That's gonna be the theme of the day. It would actually be really, yeah, that's a really good suggestion. So Denise is saying it would be really fun if other artists did collector cards too. You could do like a game if we could all collaborate. Ah! Okay, somebody needs to spread that to the wind because that would be amazing. Could you imagine playing a card game with all your favorite models?
Oh my god.
It would be so cool. Even if we just tell that to Briar, Briar, do this thing. They might do it. You never know. They have the buying power too. So, all right. On that note, I don't think I have anything else to show you guys. We got to get some biters boxed and out. And I did send out, like I said, an update last night. Kind of was frequently asked questions on what everything looks like. I've had people at the end of the line asking if their order is going to ship before Briar Fest. That's a no. We're still working through things. By the end of today, we should have about 45 out. And then before Briar Fest, it should be at least 70 that are out in the wilderness. But we do have almost 250 at this point ordered. So that'll be a little bit to ship everybody out. I'm reining in my Briar Fest plans so that I can make sure that everything goes out in a reasonable amount of time, and so that we don't get too overwhelmed since Chris is no longer helping in the studio side. He's back at work full time. And more than full time, he's working like 12, 14-hour days. So he doesn't have much ability to come help with the casting side. So we have to kind of be a little bit easy. Take it easy. But that means we can have still lots of fun. So cool. All right. On that note, I will let you guys go. We will get to work and I will see you on the flip side, hopefully next Sunday. Same bat time. Wait, same pony time. Same pony place. That was me squealing so I didn't burst your eardrums internally and it hurt. Okay. I will see you guys next Sunday, and hopefully we'll have more updates or peeks for you because there still is that set of medallions that I have not told you much about. We have the Pegasus medallion I peeked last time. If you missed it, check out the stream, and then I might show you some more stuff for that. All right. See you guys later. Be nice to each other. Spread love. Spread awesome. Spread support. Don't feed trolls. What else can we add to our thing? That's all I got for today. And sparkles. Glitter everywhere. All right. So, your friendly neighborhood Canadian says